أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Hello A-poppers, hello my friends. Very quick video today talking about the life and times of Arthur Stanley Smith, better known as Neddy Smith. Guys, back in the day, Neddy was a very big time criminal in Sydney. Quite a rough sort of lad. He had a rough upbringing. He was mostly involved with petty crimes early, some violent crime. Then he received protection from police to commit more crimes, armed robberies, big time drug deals. The reason I'm talking about this today, back when I was a young man, I found his book, which you got at the front of the video. I found his book, Neddy, Life and Crimes of Neddy Smith. And look, as a young man, I was quite intrigued by his story. And I'm not in any way glorifying the man, but in my younger days, I must admit, as a young man, we thought, oh, he's a huge man, he's a big man, tall, strong, he's just a big tough guy, genuine tough guy. He belted blokes left, right and centre. But the thing with Ned, I suppose, it's very easy to fall into the life of idolising. It's not idolising these not celebrity, but well-known criminals who are quite often photographed. You see them out driving fast cars, flashy jewellery, trappings of easy money, I guess. But so the moral of the story is Neddy Smith passed away this year, a few months ago, or a couple months ago, age 76. And Neddy had a lot of, in his day, he was the man, all right? He controlled all of big time crime in New South Wales, especially Sydney area. But all the money he made, all the people he killed, all the drugs he sold, he died an old man, very ill, in a hospital prison ward. So, as a young man, I really, idolised, but I really looked up to Neddy Smith. I saw him as a man. I saw him as a man who knew what he wanted to get. His upbringing was pretty rough. He had it up against him, but he sort of rose above all the obstacles to achieve his goal, which is to be the #1 criminal. Yeah, one of the richest criminals in Sydney, which is what he did. I mean, he was born in 1944. His mother was Australian, his father was an American serviceman who he never met. He had an older brother, he had a couple of younger brothers, and a younger sister as well. He grew up in Redfern, New South Wales. He grew up there. He's a very violent young man at a young age. He committed a lot of pretty serious crimes as a very young man, including a very serious crime. He was about 22 or something. And he was destined to be one of those criminals who just committed crimes, went to jail, committed crimes, just the revolving door, you know what I mean? Well, by amazing chance, I think in 1976 he was arrested for a armed robbery and attempted murder. And him and his mate got arrested. I think Neddy helped police with the inquiries, as in I think he might have said, oh look, my friend was involved in that. So I think that's another thing. he was actually quite, I think he was pretty well known as helping police with information with friends or enemies or whatever. So it's often the way in the criminal world. Yeah, so then he was arrested for that. He met corrupt police. He worked with police for a little while. Then he helped police with a serious matter. With a friend, Neddy's friend got shot by police. Neddy backed the police, and he got the green light just to commit any crime he wanted, with impunity, except for murder. So he committed armed robberies, drug deals, probably underworld slayings, with police protection for a long time. If you read his book, he's actually got all that in there, how he committed crimes like armed robberies, pretty brazen ones too. And police would be there to either pick him up in the police car around the corner, or some things would be lost. Evidence, statements, witness details would be, oh, that's gone, sorry. So that's just one of those. So anyway, he got involved through 1976 roughly to 1980, 81, you get the green light, to 87, 88, when most of his police friends were sacked. He mostly were jailed themselves. He came undone a bit there. He tried to continue on doing what he wanted to do without the green light, which he thought he still had. And he stabbed a gentleman to death in a road rage incident in 87. And the gentleman obviously passed away. And then he was charged with that murder. He got bailed somehow. He was free for about another year. And just before Christmas in 1988, he and a couple of mates tried to rob a payroll delivery. And they were onto him. They knew who he was. The police knew who he was. Not his former friends, the new police, the normal regular police, honest police. They were onto him. And he was arrested at the scene with his mate. And that was his last, I think it was December 29, 1988. That was the last time he was a free man. He was arrested from 88, he got charged with that. He got charged with one of the murders he committed, he got found guilty of that. So he got sentenced for life, pretty much with no parole. So, the moral of, for me as a young man, obviously looking up to, as a teenager, Neddy, his book, the way he tells his story in his book is quite captivating. Like he explains how his background, how he denies a lot of things, which he obviously did, but he denies it. Then he goes on to how his petty crime, serious crime, arrest, green light, capture, and that's it. So what you got to see is, yes, he had the fast cars, beautiful women, fancy jewellery, and yes, I really looked up to Neddy as a young man. I really did. I thought I had a lot of respect for him. I thought he was a real tough guy. I thought he was a real, I thought he was one of the most feared criminals in Sydney. I don't know. But I really did look up to him for a while. I know it's wrong, but I was going to put it out there. Until as I got a little bit older, you start realising it's just really, these guys, I know it's a pretty good life, not good, I know it's an interesting lifestyle for people who don't live that way. But really, it's not worth going down that path at all. You're better off just doing normal thing, following the rules. Might not be quite as exciting for the short term, but I think obviously it's a lot better in the long run. I mean, you might have the Rolls Royces parked in the car park, but you still got drive your car around into your old age, hopefully. So it's, yeah. Don't read the stories. They're interesting. I know they're quite interesting. The books are quite fascinating. I got both of his books. He wrote 2 books. I got both of his books. They're quite interesting to read. So yeah, they're good. They're quite good reads, but just take it with a grain of salt and don't quite take everything they say for real. Obviously, if you're gonna lie their backside off. But at the same time, yeah, try and not associate yourself with that sort of stuff. Try and put that to the side. Read the story. Say, oh, that's interesting. But that's as far as it goes. Don't think it's a good path or think it's an easy way of living or it's going to be good for the long term. Because rarely do you find a criminal, especially one with that status, who's 75 years of age, 76 years of age, rich, living in his mansion still, or travelling the world. Most of them you find either passed away, locked up, or pretty much destitute. Alright, so I thought I'd share that one with you guys. I know it's a different kind of thing what we're doing recently, but it's a different kind of thing. Yeah, so if you do check his books out, they're quite interesting. I've got a picture on the front of the video about his books, his 2 books he wrote. So if you want to have a read of them, if you ever come across them, they're definitely worth reading. Just for like a historical figure, true crime sort of stories, which can be quite interesting. I do have a lot of true crime stuff in the past, so it's quite interesting. But yeah, okay guys, just if you know anyone who's going in the past who wants to become one of these tough guys, whatever you do, try and show them the end result. Yes, show them, yes, they know, they'll say, oh look, he's got fast car, he's got bundles of cash, you just go, money, no problem, here's money. But show them the end result too. From their rise to when it actually does come crumbling down, the majority of the time, okay? So show them that too. Make sure they know both sides of the story because it's not worth getting involved in. Right guys, well thanks always for watching. I'll give more content out now and pump it out a bit more. All different types of topics, so I'll talk to you guys soon and as normal. So, peace.